What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tyler. Behind me we have the Sandworm, and today we're going to be talking about the modifications and the accessories that we have done to the truck so far. And then at the end we're going to talk about the future plans of the truck, because we do have some parts on their way, and there's a few things that I want to upgrade just to get a little bit more out of the truck that I know it's capable of doing. So we're going to talk about that. And then before we do that, make sure you guys like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's roll the intro. All right, guys, so like we said in the beginning, today we're going to be talking about all of the modifications that I have done to the Sandworm here. If you guys have followed the channel from the start, you know we started with this truck. Well, we started with a Mustang, but we really started focusing on consistent content with the truck. It was a new platform. I took advantage of it being a new platform, and there not really being YouTube videos out there of it. So this is really the first vehicle that I've built. So, you know, I've kind of got that emotional attachment to the truck. So there's been a few times where I looked at getting rid of the truck, selling it. That's not happening. Truck's here to stay. We're going to keep building it, keep adding to it. We've got some wheel scuffs and things here and there, so there might be some new wheels here in the future for it. As you know, we're rocking the KO3s. I love those tires. Those tires have been great thus far with weather, off-road, anything in its way. They've been great. And anyways, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the interior of the truck, and then we're going to move on to the exterior of the vehicle. Here on the inside of the truck, there's only a few things I've done on the inside, nothing too crazy. But if you guys have seen the channel, you know that the truck did come with cloth seats. This is the elevation package, and the only extra packages it has is like some of the technology stuff. So it has the auto climate control and remote start and things like that, and the rear backup sensors. So other than that, it's pretty base model. But one of the first things we did was get the custom seating from Catskin Leather. They sent these out. We picked out the colors and everything. Of course, I had to go with tan to match the exterior of the truck. These seats have been amazing. They've held up great. They clean easy. They're soft. Honestly, these are better than a lot of the OEM leather seats out there, and I've really loved these seats. One of the other first things we did was we put 5% window tint all around the vehicle. So we've got 5% everywhere, and then we've got the 5% brow up top. We've got the FitCam X dash cam, which I'll link all this stuff below. So it's very OEM looking. It replaces this plastic housing that your rear view mirror is attached to. And then of course we've got some LasFit lighting up there. And then for my mounting system, for my phone and my GoPro and stuff, we've got the TacForm mounting system. So we've got the MagSafe phone mount, we've got the GoPro mount, and then we have an extra 20mm ball, which I plan to do a tablet in here at some point for Onyx Off-Road, because doing YouTube and stuff, connecting and disconnecting my phone from the wireless CarPlay to get Onyx kind of sucks. So I was going to do a separate tablet to have Onyx up there all the time. And then down here we actually have the Pro Clip mount for the radio, which is awesome. This just clears up space up here because of the way the screen is in the truck. Having something overhang here kind of isn't the best situation. And then of course we did our own little wrap on the center console. You know, this is piano black. It scratches super easy, so it's a pain in the butt. And then we have our aux beam switch panel. This is the 8-gang switch panel. This does the on and off, the toggle, and then it also does the strobe function. So we just got that two-sided taped, 3M taped there, and then the wires ran up to the engine bay. And then of course we've got the We the People mount down there as well. That's just double-sided tape. I put it on yesterday. We'll see how long it lasts, because I've tried this before and it always seems to fall. Now we can get to the fun stuff, the exterior modifications. Hopefully my phone doesn't die. I tried charging it, and it's already low again. But as you can see, if I hit the unlock button on the truck, we'll talk about this as one of the first mods. A lot of people have done this. This comes from venomtrucks.com. and it's the amber DRL. So the ones I'm running are the temp ones. So during the day they'll turn amber, at night they turn back white. I just did those. I like them because I like them to be white at night. It matches the side marker lights and everything. But they do have a new version where you can control, you can either set them to white or set them to amber all the time, depending on what you want to do with them. So that's super cool. And then one of the first lights that we put on here was the M&R Automotive light bar inside the grill. The only downside of this is you have to take the whole front fascia off, which is a pain in the butt. So this light will never come out of there because I'm not taking this front fascia off again. But this light has been awesome. It's been amazing. It has held up for the 36,000 miles that's on the truck. So it's been great. And then of course we wrapped the emblems with the camo vinyl straight from Amazon. That's an Amazon special. And then for the fog lights, we wrapped those in a yellow vinyl, which it looks like I need to redo those because it's peeling a little bit. So that tends to happen. And then up on the ditch lights, you guys have seen the different iterations. We've had the KC light bar, we've had the KC lights. So right now I'm rocking some Super branded ditch light. These things are awesome. They have a cool square amber DRL that matches perfectly with the DRLs of the truck. They got a similar shape because they're angled similarly in a square fashion. You can either run a white DRL or an amber DRL. So right now I run amber during the day with the amber DRLs and then white at night. And then I have this orange lens cover on here, but you can pop this off and it's clear. So that's super cool. And then let's talk about suspension. The important modification when it comes to off-road vehicle is suspension. So I think my suspension on the truck was like $900, maybe $1,000 after tax. Of course, you got to pay for installation and everything unless you do it yourself. But we went with the Eibach, I want to say it's the Eibach Stage 1 kit, Stage 1 level kit, I believe is the suspension. And so it's shocks and coilovers in the front, and then it's a shock and shackle in the rear. This leveled it out. It actually raised it a little bit. I believe it raised it 2 3/4 in the front, 1 3/4 in the rear. That leveled it out so that we could fit these 295 by 70 R18 BF Goodrich KO3s under it, which have been amazing. They are a softer tire. I can see here that they're kind of chewed up just from rocks and stuff. That's going to happen if you off-road. And then the wheels, we went with 18 by 8.5 zero offset method race wheels. I believe these are like the 305s or 315s, something like that. It's probably time for some new wheels because these ones are all beat up and stuff. So we'll probably do some new wheels this year, maybe. It just depends on what the budget's looking like. And then we've got the aftermarket Boost Auto side marker lights. Those are pretty cool. Those are white. You can get those in amber, and you can also get those in switchback fashion, so they blink with your blinker if you want. And then I don't have any rock sliders. I'm running these Infab step Nerf bars. These are body mounted. I do need to replace these because these, I've got hung up on these. I'll show you on the other side, but I got hung up and you can see a dent. I can actually see a dent on that one where it's rusted up. I've been hung up on these things a couple times. They protect the truck, but at the same time, they're a liability to the truck because of the steps they kind of get hung up on. If I just cut those steps off, it would probably be better. But I really want to get some frame mounted stuff, and I'm not rocking any skid plates on the truck. I have no skid plates, so I need to get some skid plates on the truck because I've been in some situations that I wish I would have had skid plates. And then if we go, that's suspension. So if we go up top, we've got the Prinsu OG roof rack, and I say OG because their newest one is the Prinsu Pro. So this is the Prinsu OG original roof rack. I did drill and install this all myself because the shops at the time that I was looking at, they, wanted to charge $150 an hour, which, okay, fine. But they didn't leave me with the confidence that they were going to do it correctly. So I was like, well, I'll watch a couple YouTube videos myself, and I ended up doing it myself. Had a lot more confidence than what I felt some of these shops had. So, and this was all before I found the current shop that I use. So, yeah, we ended up doing that, used a shit ton of silicone. So if you do this, it's possible, because I'm by no means a mechanic or really do this stuff. If I was able to do it, you can do it. Just take your time, use a lot of silicone and do that. And then underneath the truck, I forgot, I just saw the wire, but we're rocking the KC rock lights with the magnetic mount, so they're not zip tied or bolted. They're just literally magnetized to the frame, which is great because you can move them easily if you want to. And if you're looking at how shiny the paint is, that's my own cleaning product, Dog Slobber. So make sure you check that out. I'll link that below. And then down here, we've got the custom Sandworm license plate. That's here to stay. But yeah, really, like, we do have the Morimoto third brake light as well. As I'm sitting here talking about it, I really don't have a whole lot done to the truck, surprisingly. Not as much as what I usually think I do. When I think of my truck, I think like I have quite a bit on it, but I really don't. Like even the truck bed, we did have some truck bed lighting, but that went to crap. I got stuck in a mud puddle, the water ruined it, so I need to redo those lights. And then we got the back revolver tonneau cover, which is not very waterproof, and now it's old enough and dirty enough it's starting to rattle in the wind. I can hear it in the cab. So keep that in mind. So, which is fine because we're going to talk about future mods here in a minute, and the tonneau cover is going to go away. But some of the gear I don't have it with me, but I keep my Iceco APL 35 back here usually. But we were using the truck to do some gardening and stuff, so I had the truck bed full of mulch and dirt and everything. And then in here, I keep some toe straps, I keep a tennis ball for my dogs, and then just a few little bungees and stuff. I try not to keep too much back there because it was waterproof with one of the old Amazon tonneau covers I had. It was waterproof and water never got in it. But with this back revolver tonneau cover, it's not very waterproof, so water leaks down in there and everything gets soaked. So I try not to keep much in there anymore, which kind of sucks because it's nice to have, but everything just gets wet. So, but that's really, like, modification wise, there's not a whole lot going on with the Canyon at the moment. So with that being said, gear I keep in there: first aid kit, the cooler like I talked about, some recovery gear which I swap in and out of the Bronco depending on which vehicle I'm taking. But really that's about it. So let's go ahead and talk about what the future of the truck is, because we do have more parts coming in. All right, so what the future of the Sandworm is going to look like, because here to stay, I can see I need to start turning my wheels. There's a bunch of mud back here on the upper control arms I need to wash off, even though I detailed the truck. Some of the upgrades we're going to be doing to the truck, and some of these are going to be similar to the Bronco, as you'll see in the next week's video of the Bronco modifications coming out. We're going to upgrade the suspension. So we're going to stick with the Eibach suspension. We're going to do the Eibach Pro Stage 2 kit. This is going to be the new shocks, coilover, a block in the rear, and then we are going to do the adjustable ones with the reservoir and everything. So we're going to do that. And then of course, I think this year we're going to try to put some new wheels here on the Canyon. These ones are all busted up. This one's not as bad, but if you look at the rear wheel or even one of the wheels on the other side, there's like chips taken out of them and everything. They look fine when they're clean, but it's time for some new ones. Maybe we'll do some beadlocks. I don't know. For me, beadlocks is overkill because I don't do anything that crazy in the truck. Beadlocks on the Bronco would make a little bit more sense. But when it comes to future mods, one of the other things is these steps need to go away. They just need to be completely gone. They've caught me in so many traps. I got hung up on a tree one time. You guys saw the little rusted spot on the step back here where it's all dented. That was from a tree. I had to just floor it and literally push myself off. I got lucky that the body didn't bend and push up or dent or anything like that. So those are going to go. We're going to get some actual frame mounted sliders, probably from DV8. And then we're going to get some skid plates. There's a few brands that I've seen skid plates, Victory 4x4 being one of them. So we might get some skid plates from them. I definitely want to put one on the gas tank because I feel like that's a vulnerable spot on these trucks. Because I tend to, when I do scrape, it tends to be right here in the center of the truck. So as long as I get some skid plates right here, I think I'll be fine. I usually don't hit the front or the rear of the truck because by the time I get the center part over the obstacle, we're clear and we're good to go. And then I have some lights coming in. We've got so these are I don't remember, I can't think of what these are. This is Super E. I can't think of the model of these lights. I'll link them below. But we've got some Super E Recon 2s that are going to be mounted as chase lights back there on the rear of the roof rack. So we're going to do that. And then one of the big mods coming soon, you guys are going to be excited about this. I'm super excited. One of the bigger mods that are coming in for the truck is we finally have a bed cap coming in for the truck. It'll actually be here. It will be in the port of Los Angeles at the end of the month, so probably a week or two after that. So probably sometime in June. Birthday present to me, we're getting a bed cap. And I'll link the brand below if you guys want to check it out. I'm super excited. They had me send them measurements and everything, so they custom built it for the truck. So it's going to have the rear glass, it's going to have the front sliding glass so that I can put my dogs in here and they can still, you know, stick their heads through to the front. And then it's going to have the one side is going to be storage, so you'll open it, you'll have storage and molly panels, and then the other side is actually going to be a dropout kitchen, so we'll be able to do that. And what that's going to allow me to do is you guys have seen my band beds platform. It's a wood platform that goes into the bed of the truck to level the whole truck out over the fender wells so that you can put a mattress and sleep back there. So now we have the bed cap. Now we can throw the band beds platform back in there and we can officially start camping in the bed of the truck. We won't have to pack a tent or anything like that. We can store stuff in there, and this will be it'll transform the truck into all right, let's spend a couple hours packing gear into the truck to go camping, to, oh, you want to go camping? All right, let's just hop in the truck and go. It'll definitely be a quick get in the truck and go camper now. So I'm super excited about that, and I'm super excited about the suspension upgrades as well. And then one of the other mods is, I should have done it when it was brand new, but I didn't do it. But we're gonna get the bed line, because believe it or not, I do use the truck to haul stuff and work out of every once in a while. My brother's borrowed it a couple times to tow his landscaping trailer. So he's used it to work a few times. So the Sandworm is a little powerful workhorse. So we're gonna treat it right. We're gonna get the bed line this year, hopefully pretty soon. And yeah, I'm super excited about all these mods coming this way. And then Badland Industries, if you guys watch his channel, he's been working on a hidden winch kit. So hopefully when he gets that finished and all tuned and properly tested and everything, hopefully we can purchase one of those from him and we can get that installed in the Canyon. Because if I learned one thing from the Bronco, it's having a winch is probably one of the most convenient things. You don't have to really worry as much about keeping tow straps and things like that, and you can get yourself out if you're by yourself somewhere. So that would be nice to have with this truck, because we got stuck, but we got ourselves out. So I need to get new traction boards to throw up on the roof, because we lost those traction boards in a mud hole. But super excited about this year 2026 to come. So from here on forward, both vehicles are going to be transformed slightly. The truck probably more than the Bronco, because it's got the truck cap, and we're going to be doing that stuff, building the camper inside out. So I'm super excited about that. And yeah, can't wait to see what this year looks like for the vehicles. And make sure you guys check out my website, because I do have the Sandworm Fiddle Run coming up in October again. We did it last year, it was fun. We'll do it this year again. You'll get a patch and a sticker, and we'll do some giveaway prizes. So check that out. But anyways, that's about it for this video, and I will see you guys in next weekend's video.